repair guy. Yep, you can't really see
Hi there.
there you go, there you go. And then we
I'm
got
here.
the owner. We got the owner Scott in the crappy NFL team's hat, and then you got me. We're gonna be just doing a little hobby talk today.
Who's me?
I'm Max. I'm the guy who you see behind the counter who actually does work. So
Hey,
we're gonna be
for that.
good. So we're gonna be doing we're just gonna be talking today because we want to stream more about like different things that we do every week and fun little things. So
The offline page is still showing.
We're
It says we're live, but all I'm seeing is offline screen.
awkward. Awkward.
Awkward moment.
I mean,
Oh, no, now I got an ad.
as I say, it shows we're live. I don't have any chats up though.
I got it pulled up. I'll watch it.
Well, which one? Because there's like 3 of them.
I got Twitch.
Okay.
so yeah, we'll just be hanging out, talking and stuff like that, and really just trying to get like an input on how everyone feels about everything. So we'll do weekly recaps of all the stuff that we do and are going to do. So yeah. So Scott, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Scott. I own the store. I don't do anything according to Max, really. So I'm
Your
just
work shows.
yeah, totally. No, I do all the like behind the scenes stuff and like all the stupid stuff that nobody else wants to do, pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I, that's it as far as the store goes, really. I'm sitting here in my office at the store currently.
So actually, I wanted to talk about that real quick.
Oh, jeez.
Not a lot of people get to see your office.
True.
Can you explain why there's carpet tiles and the walls are blue?
So the blue right here is leftover paint from the old store. That's why the paint isn't great, because we only had enough to do like 1 layer, except for 1 wall. But it's the wall that nobody sees. And then the carpet is leftover carpet tile from the old store that I have PTSD from. So that's pretty cool.
Appealing
put that-
corners.
But you know,
Yeah.
honestly, I actually like it more on this wall than I did on the floor at the old store. Like, actually,
Yeah,
it doesn't look
You're not
terrible.
dragging
Well,
snows
yeah.
across it.
I mean, not yet. We could get pretty crazy up in here, I think.
I was the one who put the carpet up on the wall. mainly as, like, a
WWE
little-
nights, I wouldn't be surprised if chairs are going across that carpeted wall.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which reminds me, should look that up.
Look what up?
The next pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. But as far as like my hobbies go, I just play games, really.
If you ever had the time to participate in the things that
If-
happen in your store, what would you do?
Someday I will. Well, I like to lose at Smash and Street Fighter.
Well,
So
don't be hard on yourself there. You're playing against Max.
okay. And I like Magic. I like D&D. I like board game. I kind of play everything in the store to a certain
I.e.,
extent.
why the store was built.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, that and keep the kids out of drugs.
Yeah, true.
How did we get to the store for people who haven't heard the story yet?
Okay, so so it started when I was a kid. Right?
Go that far back.
Well, it's not okay. I'm not gonna give you like when I was 10. I went to the bathroom May 12th. It's not gonna no. So when I was a kid, I had 3 dreams when I was a kid. One, I wanted to be a naval fighter pilot. But then when I turned 11, I got glasses and grew a foot, so that dream died. My second dream was to be a novelist because I liked, Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. And I didn't not be a novelist, but I didn't become a novelist. I mean, I still write books and shit, but it's whatever. And then
Manga.
and then the third dream was to open a game store because I grew up super, super poor, like borderline homeless most of the time. And I really wanted a place to like hang out. And during the summer, we had like the pool, which is now the aquatic center, but we had a couple pools when I was a kid. But other than that, there wasn't a whole lot to do. So I was like, it'd be really cool if we had a game store. And so I wanted to open a game store. And then fast forward 30 some odd years.
30,000.
Yeah, I'm old. And Max and I are working at Pizza Hut together with Michael, who's now our director of shipping, and Logan, who's my child. And I think we were just like talking about it, and I brought it up, like, yeah, I love to open a game store. And Max is like, I'm in.
Yep.
Essentially. And
I
then
said, do it.
yeah. And then without letting people know, I just kind of did it. And fun fact, it only takes $50 to get a business license.
Started by selling cards out of your basement, if I remember correctly.
So it was a little bit of mine, a little bit of Max's, Michael and Grant, who's investors. It was like all of our cards together, and we started selling on TCG Player and eBay, and then eventually we got to the point where we had some funding, and that funding came from me selling Dogecoin.
Yep.
Because I actually got real.
I've never heard that part. Hold on a
So
second.
okay, so this is what happened while I was working at Pizza Hut. Me and a buddy named Robert, who's actually Jimmy's brother, we kind of like started dabbling in investing in stocks, and so I gave myself like a set amount per Pizza Hut paycheck that I would just invest in stocks. And then I ended up with this change every week, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with this change? Dogecoin sounds funny. Let's just buy it. And so when I started investing, it was like 0.05 cents a share or something like that. And then toward when we got close to opening, it shot up to like 65 cents a share. So I had a little money. And so I cashed it all out and bought the store. Pretty much. And then I've just been throwing money at it ever since.
Yeah.
Which has been fun.
Fun.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's, I mean, the store's gone through a lot since then. And
Yeah, it has.
but I'm still throwing money at it. Like, that hasn't changed at all. Huh.
Hopefully it never
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Throw money into it.
Yeah. Well, I would like to like not throw money into it. I don't necessarily need to get money.
Reinvest money into it.
So like I don't really ever want like a paycheck. If this thing became profitable enough to where I could work, like this could be my only job, I'd be cool with it, but it's definitely 100% not something that I need to do. Like, I'm totally content and happy with my day job, and so it's not like I didn't open this place to like get rich, for sure.
That was one of the big things when we first started. It was not get rich, but maybe be comfortable.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Is just be comfortable. Like, Max is currently living off of the money from the store, what he gets paid, which is criminally low. I will say that every single time.
Yes, sir.
That's why his walls are bare at his apartment.
No, that's not true. It's because I forgot to grab the banners. Shout out Andrea.
But yeah, so that's pretty much me. I have a bunch of kids, and I have essentially nothing else going on outside of this, honestly. So yeah, that's kind of me. What about you, Ray? Because nobody cares about Max. So what about you?
Everybody knows Max already. No,
Yeah.
As I said, my name's Ray. A newest addition to the team. I am currently handling repairs and rebuilding of consoles. We're doing controllers, retro consoles, handhelds, everything from A to Z. That you bring in. Just no Xboxes. Throw those things in the trash. Those can go away.
And Apple products.
Apple products too.
Hey, so here's the thing. Since Microsoft is getting out of the console game, those Xboxes could be worth dozens of dollars.
A whole 12.
Dozens,
Dude, that's
I said.
crazy.
Yeah, we can talk about that later, but yeah.
So Ray,
Yeah, that's actually
what,
something we could talk about.
Ray, why
Um,
did you start coming to the store?
So I moved into, I don't want to say the area because I'm 40 minutes from the store.
Eldora.
But-
Jesus.
I moved out here. I moved from one small town in Utah that had a single game store to another small town in Iowa that has no game stores. And I was just trying to. I used to play a lot of Magic and was getting back into Warhammer after 9th edition. Was a bit of a mess. But
So,
looking around, and we'd head to Marshalltown every week to get groceries and stuff, and hey, there's a little game store that shares a name with the one that we used to have. Should check it out sometime.
now look at you.
Yeah. I believe one of my first like actual go in to play games was the Ravnica Remastered.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the first non Warhammer events I did, because I had started coming in on Saturdays to play Warhammer with 10th edition ruling and everything. And now, thanks to the wonderful guys, I have a good number of Magic decks, and Max got me playing Pokemon, and so I
Yep,
do
the
that
better
on
card
Tuesdays
game.
now. And
To be fair, Max is pretty good at that. Max is
Oh, yeah.
pretty good at
Gaslighting and deceiving.
yeah, pretty much.
so now I'm there at least 3 days a week for Pokemon, Magic, and Warhammer, coming in and repairing consoles in free time, and just really enjoying the vibe at the store. It's always been great. It's going to keep being better as we continue to expand outwards.
That is the goal.
That is the goal.
You know.
All right, Max, fine. You can talk about yourself.
Yes.
Fine.
Okay.
I know you've been
All
waiting
right.
patiently. Go ahead.
I've been listening, kind of.
No.
I'm Max.
Don't lie.
I'm from a better state than Iowa. Am
I-
I wrong?
Just because you have Minneapolis, you have
And
one
St.
big.
Paul.
Oh, it's
And St. Paul.
okay, Tama
That's-
Toledo.
Okay, time out. I have an actual sports team.
I don't. What, the Minnesota Wild?
The Wild, the Vikings, the Timberwolves.
Okay, okay, the
football team than
Timberwolves.
what
I'll give
you're
you.
wearing?
I'll give you the Timberwolves. But the rest of them aren't real sports teams.
That is, I mean, that's fair, but at least they can actually be part of the NFL. Not ISU being like, oh, we're college. Okay, so
I mean, I agree with that part.
I do like college sports. I just tend to not watch them as much. I am the assistant to the regional manager. Please get my title right.
That is actually his official title. Like, that was one of the conditions of hiring him. Was
So
That
who is
was-
the regional manager that you're the assistant to?
Scott.
no, I'm the
Like,
owner.
it's the owner.
I'm the owner.
Yeah. No,
Although
I'm
I
just the
do-
assistant.
I do have a cup that says regional manager Scott Turner.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
and
I
I have
was gonna ask for that regional manager position.
I have the plaque that says assistant to the regional manager.
I want to get you the assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah. Most
Slowly add
likely.
more assistants.
Yeah.
Yeah, just every year. So most likely I'm the guy you see when you come into the store. I'll be behind the counter or I'll be playing games with people. I play Smash. I play a better card game than Magic called Pokemon.
Oh, you
And-
pronounced Yu-Gi-Oh wrong.
That's a strange way to pronounce Lorcana.
Ugh. Ugh. Yu-Gi-Oh is boring. I'm so sorry, but Lorcana's cool. I like Lorcana. I'm a Pokemon professor. I'm not a head coach. I'm a coach at the college.
Or what?
I coach Super Smash Brothers Ultimate and Madden. That changes every year because EA loves their money. And maybe this year NCAA.
Are they gonna actually add an NCAA team? Because
It's
all
not
I'm
100%.
all I'm saying is I'm still college eligible. I might.
I know, and time out. I've seen you play Madden, and I've broken a controller from you playing Madden. I would not give you a scholarship.
Yeah, but it's not Madden. It's not. It's NCAA. It's totally different. The option rules, man. Read
Scott, have you
options.
seen any gameplay of NCAA?
Literally zero. I'm going by 12-year-old knowledge. So
Okay. Yeah, you might want to.
okay.
We're talking about from the 70s.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That hurts, but accurate.
So
It's painful.
I coach and I do all that stuff, and I do all of the background stuff that the other people besides Scott don't want to do here.
Hey, Max,
So-
how well did that team you coached do this year?
Which one?
Both of them?
Okay. So my first season, I went into the national championship, got second, unfortunately, for Smash Brothers Cruise. And then the next season, I was in the national championship for Madden and crew battles for Smash as well. So 3 number 2s in my first year, which hopefully I'm getting 5, 6 national championships next season.
There you go.
The bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, so basically I'm going to be like, if you don't win, I'm going to lose it.
I mean, accurate.
No reason for this to be happening.
Yeah, they're like, you think you're bad? Stop.
Just be
So
better.
yeah, I wish you would just understand that too, since I coach you as well.
Irrelevant because I am great.
I learned
There's a
from
difference-
Max. I learned cloud back air.
I
Cloud
mean,
back air.
that's all you need, really.
Up B out of shield, cloud back air.
Yep.
Good job.
Neutral B when you have limit bar, or no, down B. With
Down
limit
B
bar,
when they're at a decent percent because it's funny.
60%,
60 plus depending.
depending on light, medium, or heavy character.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So for this little like podcast, we're gonna be doing it every other week, except for next week we're gonna be doing it because Ray has some schedule stuff and we're just gonna do it anyway. But we'll be talking about different things, just like like this week was the Nintendo Direct, so that was actually pretty exciting.
Yep, that was
Everybody's-
on Tuesday.
Everybody's favorite game, Donkey Kong Country.
I mean,
I love DK.
I don't hate it.
I love Donkey Kong Country. I don't know if I'll get the game because I work all the time and I don't have time for new games, but it looks great. It's like the Wii version, but with like updated like missions and stuff like that. So I mean, that's pretty cool. It's always nice to get a Donkey Kong Country game. It
Yeah.
is.
They're really
I mean, honestly, Donkey Kong Country is a classic platformer, and that's the one thing that Nintendo does like the best.
It's platformers, yeah.
Oh yeah. They're
original Mario.
oh yeah. They're undisputedly the king of platformers just in general, because they're
Hands
usually
down.
there usually isn't like a platformer they put out that's like terrible. They're all at least decent.
Yep.
What are some other games that you guys are excited for?
I have 2 or 3, but I'm going to mention ones that I don't think Scott's going to take. So we finally are getting a Zelda game where we get to play as Zelda. And it looks so cool.
That's fair.
because it's an interesting one because the series kind of took a break from being hack and slash, and really focused on puzzles with Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. And I like that they're continuing with it by giving us this top-down Link's Awakening-esque puzzle style game where Zelda's just copying things she finds around the world to solve all the puzzles. It just looks really interesting.
Yeah, I got kind of bored of like the Zelda games.
Which is an understandable one. For a minute there, they were really, what's the problem? Well, Zelda's over there, we don't know how to get her. Cool, go to this temple, this temple, this temple, final boss.
Yeah.
For a minute.
It was like how Pokemon was for a while. I'm
Like,
Mhm.
beat this trainer, beat this trainer, beat this trainer. Elite Four.
yeah,
Yep,
and it's just
yep.
like, okay.
So having that breakaway is pretty interesting. Another one for me is Luigi Mansion 2. I really enjoyed that on DS. I am still hoping that we now have 2 and 3 on the Switch. I need a remaster of the original Luigi's Mansion like tomorrow. I don't know why we've got 2 and 3 and we've not put 1 out yet.
I stopped asking for remasters after Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and
You
Shining
know,
Pearl.
That could have been better if they'd also released Platinum, the best of the 3 for 4th gen.
So I
I-
only played it for like 10 minutes. And then you like just started ranting about it so bad because it was one of the first like games we bought for the game room was those remasters. And then I think we
Yeah.
bought Sword and Shield also.
I was like super hyped for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond.
Because 4th gen
Hated
is
it.
best gen.
4th gen is best gen, but the one thing that I really wanted was up, down, left, right, not circular. Like I don't want to be able to walk in a circle. If I'm playing, I'm trying to get that nostalgia factor of a remaster, and that makes it so I can't have it because
You know
all I
what
remember.
actually does fix that? Just use the D-pad.
That's true, but I would have to hold the controller like this.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah,
That is fair.
and I'm not Evan who's gonna crab claw it. You know. Yeah. God, I hate when he played with the
Dude,
GameCube
that
controller.
just makes my hands hurt just watching him
It
play.
hurts.
I'm so happy he switched to the hitbox. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just because I thought he was like, so I worked in the casino for a long time, right? I dealt a lot of blackjack and stuff, and there are so many like older ladies that have hands like this and they can't like move their fingers from like was it tuberculosis or whatever, and they're just like pushing their cards across the table like this. I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna be Evan. I'm so happy he switched to hitbox. Ugh. Just from lack of pain.
Sorry, I got off topic.
Yeah,
what
we're
are
off.
some what are
The
some
last
other
one
games?
for me, I'm a big Square Enix fan. Some of my
I
favorite
have no
games,
idea what that is.
It's like Final
some of my-
Fantasy.
Some of my favorite games are either from Final Fantasy or in the Kingdom Hearts series.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's why
in
you
that
play
same
Sora.
vein, that is why I play Sora. I've always enjoyed the Dragon Quest games.
Mm.
We are getting 2D HD remasters for Dragon Quest 3, but then early next year, also 1 and 2. And from the clips they showed, it looks gorgeous. I'm so excited for that.
I think Dragon Quest 1, which was Dragon Warrior here, I
Yep.
think was the first RPG I ever played. Not counting Zelda, because everybody played Zelda. But
Probably one of the best JRPGs.
yeah,
I mean,
the series
nowadays
is
you have things like Persona and Shin Megami Tensei.
well, nothing's gonna be Chrono Trigger. That's the
No,
goat. That's
true.
gonna be the best ever. But yeah.
Max, we gotta get you to play some of these games.
No, we don't. Max does
Okay.
not have the patience for that.
That
I will throw shit.
No.
sadly probably true.
Yeah, it's not
Do
gonna
you
be
like
good.
turn-based combat?
No.
Okay,
A
so
man who loves Pokemon hates turn-based combat.
I hate it in video games.
Max does not have patience for an RPG.
Nah.
No.
As a
I
side note,
don't.
outside of Nintendo Direct, we did get an announcement for Persona 6.
That's true.
which is gonna be awesome.
Shout out Q, because Persona 5 is like his favorite game of all time.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
understandable.
I've never played any
Persona
of
5
them.
was great.
I've
No,
I haven't. Not because I don't want to. I just haven't had time to.
I would recommend skip 1 and 2, play 4, then 3, then 5, because they're not. You don't have to play them in any order.
Oh,
They're
okay.
not sequential.
I played
Joker.
I played the Persona 4 fighting game. Does that count?
I
I played-
that. I've heard it's pretty good though.
I played
Sure,
Joker in
it's like-
Smash.
True. I'm all caught up on the lore. I know he's got a cat.
And sometimes there's a bus.
Yeah, what the fuck?
True.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, I'm excited from the whole release schedule that they announced, but other notable dimensions, 20-man Super Mario Party. Did you see that one? Super Mario
Yes.
Party Jamboree has a 20-man online feature.
Oh, online lame. I want 20-man local.
I'm gonna go in with a 600 ping and just watch everyone rage.
It'd be just like playing Smash on Elite.
And
Except
then
I don't do that.
I don't either because I can't get
something
there.
that's something else that's really fun that I am kind of excited for. I like the World Championship NES edition speedrun challenges and stuff.
Oh
I think
yeah,
those are cool.
yeah. Well, so, actually, I can't. I don't think we can talk about that yet. So I'm not gonna say anything. There's a reason. So there's a thing that we may actually utilize that for at some point, but
I would say you're the owner. You're the one who gets to decide when we say stuff.
not if other people are involved. I can't. That's
Fair
why.
enough. That's it for me. There's a few others that I'm sure are going to be mentioned.
Yeah, Scott, games from the Nintendo Direct.
There's only one game Marvel. Marvel's coming back. Fucking Marvel 2 is coming back.
Marvel,
Oh my god.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
I'm so happy. Dude, I was tearing up when that announcer is like, this next game is going to take you for a ride. And I saw the silhouette of Ryu behind the Capcom logo. I'm like, oh my god, it's Marvel. And a tear just starts slowly rolling down my cheek. And for the next, 2 minutes, I don't remember anything besides watching clips of Marvel. I'm so excited for Marvel. Because you haven't been able to buy it since, the PS2 or the Dreamcast. So,
Speaking of PS2,
Okay. You got a segue here?
this is not
We
going to have
sell those
anything to
at the
do with
store.
it.
We sell those at the store. You are not wrong.
and I want to talk about this eventually. I want to talk about the new Luminosity gaming stage list that they're pronouncing. But we'll get into that.
Okay.
Scott, do you know what all games are coming in that fighting collection? Have you looked at that? list
Yeah,
yet?
so it's X-Men Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom 1, Marvel versus Capcom 2, the Punisher, beat 'em up, where it's Punisher
Yep.
and White Nick Fury, and I'm missing one.
Nope, it's just 7 games.
Yeah, that was only 6, I think.
You had Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, Marvel vs. Capcom,
1 and
Marvel
2.
vs. Capcom 2,
X-Men-
Marvel vs. Street Fighter, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and The Punisher.
Oh, I don't know how to count. I've been hanging around our employees too long. I don't.
Shout out Brecken.
Shout out Brecken. Happy birthday coming up. Hey, if everybody wants to come in on Saturday and just play Magic with Brecken, because that's what he's going to want to do. Let's be honest.
Yep.
Come on in, and you can get a free win in Magic. Not that it gets you anything, except for bragging rights, but
You beat Brecken.
if you beat Brecken,
Yeah, you can yell at him.
you can
what I like
join
to
a
do.
very non-exclusive club.
True.
But that's the only game I've really wanted to. Well, there's Metroid Prime 4, I guess.
I was gonna say, if you're not gonna mention it, then I'm sad I left it off of my list. We finally got some gameplay and the full teaser trailer, and it comes out next year.
And it looks like Metroid Prime.
I know. I hope before they release that, they give us Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3.
They have. It's already.
They've
It's
given
on,
us the first one.
I'm pretty sure 2's on there also.
Is 2 on there? Also?
I don't know. You have to look, but
I'm a wonderful Metroid fan. I've only beaten Dread 17 times, and I have Beyond Prime somewhere in my house.
Dog, you need to go outside. Touch some
Once you
grass.
know how to
dog.
play Metroid Dread, though, like beating it's pretty quick.
I haven't played any of the handheld Metroid games. I've only played Prime and like the original and Super Metroid. That's it.
They did announce that the original is coming to the emulator on the Switch.
That's cool. I actually really enjoy that
And
NES
Zero
and
Mission.
yeah, I enjoy those emulators. They're pretty fun.
They're
I've-
good too.
I started
Oh, yeah.
playing Fire Emblem, like one of the Fire Emblem games, just because I want to know where all these damn characters in Smash are from. So
Generic Anime Sword Fighter number 7 through 700.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I started playing them a little bit. I don't hate it because I really like strategy games. So they're kind of fun, but
I just
I saw
really
it.
hope they give
just
us
like
a
everything else.
GameCube emulator soon.
Harry Potter Quidditch, please.
I want the OG Mario Golf and Mario Superstars Baseball, like the old GameCube ones.
Double Dash.
Double Dash,
I
yeah.
want Double Dash, Mario Strikers.
Oh, Strikers was good.
GameCube.
Coliseum.
Yep.
Oh, dude, yeah, those were really fun.
I don't want to pay for it.
Me neither.
Yeah. I'm not spending $300 on a game. I'm good.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
That's
Um,
just
pretty
the
much.
game. That's not a. That's assuming you don't have. That's assuming you already have the console.
Yeah, which I
Which
do.
is also,
Hey, Max,
Uh,
where did you buy that console?
I stole it.
True.
I bought it at Game Haven.
Oh
Also,
my
I'm
god.
pretty sure it says that we are doing another Crossroads weekly right now.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't pull those things up to change them.
Oh,
It won't let me. But I will go into each individual thing and change the things.
okay.
you mentioned it
While
earlier. Oh, should we talk about Microsoft?
How they're not going to make consoles anymore?
They've released, I think, 70 or 80% of their console exclusives to be played on other consoles now.
Well, and because they're losing the console war and they're starting to realize, like Sega did 25 years ago, hey, there's no money in consoles. Let's just sell our first party stuff to the other companies and make more money.
yeah,
So,
Of all of them, I'm surprised it's Microsoft that's dropping out because they have so many other avenues. Like through the Game Pass and PCs in general. I'm surprised they're the one that's ending up dropping out.
honestly, same.
well, it's obviously not going to be Nintendo because
No.
what are they going to go? What are they going to do? Go back to making playing cards? Like this is kind of all they do
For
now.
the Yakuza.
Yeah. And Sony, I mean, they've been, aside from the PS3, which is, I believe, the only console of theirs that lost the console war in that generation.
I believe so.
Yeah.
They've been killing it for like almost 30 years. I don't see
Right.
them dropping out. And it's not like the PS3 did terrible. It's just did
Yeah.
terrible against the one good thing Microsoft did. So,
I would love to see both Sony and Microsoft try to jump back into handhelds, though. Because there's no true handheld anymore, right? The Switch is a whatever you want to call it. It is both, but it's also not small enough to be a true handheld.
well, I think
I miss the PSP.
dude, PSP is
Exactly.
the goat. Even the
Not
Vita.
PSP though.
No.
No.
Well, it's so you also have to compete with all the mobiles, and mobile
Yeah.
phones are getting to the point where you could just make games for them, and
That's-
save yourself the console development money. You know.
Yeah,
So I don't know if that would be. I don't know if that'd be the way to go either.
they should do more with their with mobile then.
I mean, that's fair.
I kind of miss, yeah, like I remember carrying around my Game Boy Advance when I worked at the casino because I got a 20-minute break every hour. So I kept my Game Boy Advance in my pocket, and then I go and like do my round and then go back to break, and I never shut it off. I just left it going while I was working.
Yep.
And
Well,
I played Pokemon on there. I played a lot of stuff.
even beyond that though, like Nintendo's kind of stopped with the mobile aspect of the Switch because I used to go to cons like Comic-Con and stuff and carry around my 2DS to grab street passes and have people come and help me. You know, they send their me over and I take them into whatever game I'm playing at the time and force them into labor. Because I played a lot of Bravely Default, where every street pass you could use as time reduction on town construction.
Yeah.
And they don't have anything like that for the Switch, and I miss that because it used to be a more community-driven thing with handhelds.
Well, now it's like Pokemon Go is like the big one. Like you have to compete with
Yeah.
Pokemon Go now, and I don't think, honestly, I don't think a lot of people can because you've got all these like gotcha games on mobile that generate so much ridiculous amount of money, and there's no like development in them. Like Raid Shadow Legends, that game is like millions a month. Like it's ridiculous how much money they're generating.
We
But
should have a gotcha game in the store.
It is. It's called Smash. Gotcha. You have to play me.
no, it's coming to the door. Gotcha, buy some stuff.
Yeah.
It's a collector game, really. You're just
Yeah,
and
it's not wrong.
it's 100% pay to win.
So, speaking of Smash, can you talk about the special event that we did? The I don't know random stuff side bracket and then the main bracket.
Oh, from this week.
Scott. Yeah, I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, hey.
I've been drinking a lot of Arnold Palmer, so like, give me a break.
Don't forget to pull up the brackets and stuff before you take off.
Yeah, pull it up.
Okay,
I
I will
thought-
do that.
I'm gonna be honest. I heard you say pull, and my mind went in a dark place.
You are disgusting and unnatural, you freak.
Correct.
There you go.
No, so the random bracket this week was
I'm gonna turn my camera off too, because I
It was-
don't know. I feel like that's weird.
it me? No, me Sword Fighter was last week. This week was
It was Marth and Lucina.
Marth Lucina. Yeah, we actually had a lot of like hype matches during that. Oh, I should probably click the watch stream bit. There we go. We had a lot of hype matches for that actually. We were very happy with GBA pulling out some cool Marth tippers and stuff. But Isak ended up taking the whole bracket and without dropping a game, like a single game, which is insane.
Well, that is crazy. I wasn't able to tune in for too much of it. Any standout plays?
I remember me and Max freaking out about a couple tippers that GBA hit because I think, from what I remember, I think we had GBA on 2 or 3 times on the stream, and he just hit some like ridiculous stuff. It was fun to watch. But yeah, so the way, for those that are new, the way that the random bracket works is I have a chart that I just roll randomly, and whatever it rolls on, that's the rules for this bracket. It's a single elimination bracket, $1 entry, and the winner gets the pot. Like, it's nothing. It's supposed to be fun and casual. It's not supposed to be like sweaty try hard stuff.
Yeah, because we've been experiencing that like a lot. It's just like it's really like tough competition. There's no like there's fun, but there isn't like fun, you know?
And we aren't getting the consistent amount of people to do like an 0-2 bracket. So
Yeah.
I thought that this was a nice cheap alternative. And there are some incentives to play in it because A, it grows the pot bigger, and B, there is a chance I have 3 entries on the random chart that I made that I will add a pot bonus to the main pot next week, depending on how many people are in it. So there is some slight incentive to join it, but I didn't want to make it like mandatory. Again, it's supposed to be super casual. Like 1 week we had 1 minute matches, single Joy-Con. That was the tournament rules. It was insane. Everybody hated it, and it was great.
Yeah.
We talked about the top side. What about that Mr. Bruh that ended up in the final? Who was that?
Mr. Bruh is actually from
Cedar Rapids?
another small town. No, I'm not gonna say where, just in case.
Oh yeah.
But Mr. Bruh is like an up and coming player that we haven't really seen much, and he's been cooking.
Yeah, I think
He's been cooking.
he's been top 8, and he got 5th in the main tournament last week too.
So for a lot of people that don't know, Hirio, that's Isak. He's the one that basically transcended this whole like Smash for us. Because we started doing these tournaments just because like whatever, we needed something to do on Monday. And then Isak came in and won 27 straight weekly tournaments. And he now is
I remember that.
He's now MCC, just saying. But yeah, so he took it all the way. He has a crazy Marth. So we're gonna jump over to the main bracket now. This is where all the down and dirty stuff happens.
These are where all the big hitters are.
Yeah.
And so like the top 8 is actually fairly consistent for the most part. And I mean, it's always good matches. It's always nice to see because these guys play each other a lot. So it's nice to see like the changing of strategies every week. Like recently, Catboy, who normally is a Sephiroth main, he's been playing a lot of Palutena, especially against Isak. And I don't think Isak has won that match up yet. I don't know. 100%.
No.
So, as someone who does not know much about the Ultimate Tournament realm, what are the rule sets for this exactly?
So it is a double elimination bracket. So you have to lose twice to get knocked out. It's best 2 out of 3, except when we get to top 8, then it's best 3 out of 5. There is certain stages you can play on. You can't just play on any stage. And that's kind of it, really. Like, it's no items, 3 stock matches, 7-minute
3
time
stocks,
limit.
7 minutes. No
Yep.
Final Smash, because that is horrible. If you play with Final Smash, I've got no good words for you.
Shout out to 3/4 of the people that play on
requires you to
Quick
be
Play.
kind of good.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Well, there's some people that have like unblockable, like 0% kill setups with Final Smash. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they're generally pretty garbage characters, so.
Zelda.
Yeah. I'd say Zelda's mid tier, but tier.
Max,
I'm
over
gonna
there
punch
playing
you in the
Ice
face.
Climbers?
Max wants to play.
I don't really know.
Max is in a character crisis right now.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
just
just gonna pick.
Duck Hunt.
I'm just gonna play whatever. I have a nasty duck hunt. Don't even.
yeah, and
That's why you should play it. Get better.
No. You know.
Max is in a character crisis, and I'm in a skill crisis.
Alright.
So this is what the winners bracket looked like. So, obviously, here it is. So this was the losers bracket. Mr. Bruh quickly went into the losers bracket because he had to play Hero in the first round. So he played him in the grand finals of the I don't know random stuff bracket. And then I'm pretty sure they played on stream again in winners round 1.
Yeah, I think they just like sat back down and played their normal game.
Yeah. And that was actually really close. I think it was last stock. So Isak took that one. Mr. Bruh went on. And he lost 3-2 to AJ in the losers quarterfinals, which is not an easy task to take 2 games off of AJ. AJ is an experienced Bowser Jr. main.
And he's been playing a
very
lot
good.
of Wario lately too,
Mm-hmm.
which is
He really has.
Yeah.
It's really fun to see how the meta shapes up differently in the shop versus like what you'll see in the professional realm.
I love
people
watching
get comfortable
Pyra/Mythra.
with things, and then you'll see suddenly, like you're talking, suddenly there's a Palutena.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's well, and so a lot of people will like kind of test out secondary characters in the lower rounds or the earlier rounds, I should say.
Yeah.
Just to see like if they're tournament viable and stuff like that. Especially when they play against me, because they know that it's probably a win. So I'll see a lot of characters. Or the ultimate disrespect. Oh, you're playing this character. I'm gonna pick it too, and then play better than you. I love that. It's my favorite.
Mirror matchups
I will
are
say,
always hilarious.
You've been grinding, so hopefully it gets
I
to a
have.
point where that doesn't happen.
Well, I know we've talked about this, but I think I'm partially colorblind because when I'm playing a Ditto, I can't tell which one I am, like ever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how crazy different the outfits are, or the colors are, because it's all the same outfit. I can't tell which one I am at all. It's really hard. But it's only in Smash, because in Street Fighter I don't have an issue with it. In Multiverses I don't have an issue with it. But the Multiverses one is because there's that giant freaking outline around your character.
Yeah.
That so helps me. Like, I'm either going colorblind or I'm just getting old. Probably both, honestly.
Probably both, yeah.
Yeah. Need to go get my prescription redone.
But Smash, it happens every week. We start the I don't know random stuff bracket at 6:30. Please, if you're gonna be late, let us know. We will wait.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all I ask.
If people haven't shown up by the time by 6:30, then I'll usually give like a 10 or 15 minute like leeway before we really get things going, especially if they've signed up for the random bracket or Street Fighter. But if they haven't shown up, then we just start it, because I don't want to hold up the entire bracket for something that's optional. But yeah, if you sign up and you're not going to make it, or if you're going to be late, you can like message me on the Smash Discord, because I'm on there. You can just post on the store Discord anywhere, we'll see it. Or you can even call the store. The number's down there on the screen. You can literally just call us and be like, "Hey, I'm 15 minutes out." That's fine. A lot of the regular players are really good about that. Like if they're even going to be 5 minutes late, they're like, "Hey, I'm going to be 5 minutes late." Cool, fine. But if it gets too late, then we got to kick you out of the bracket. That is always kind of a pain.
Yeah.
So.
And then we also did Street Fighter. There were only 2 people this week. It's something that we did for a while, and we're bringing it back. So I'll just show you. It was just first to 5. They just.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
so.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, this is your game.
I don't remember what I was gonna say now. So
basically, if you like Street Fighter, come on in. I'd like to see more than 2 people. AJ is really good. He is OBB right here. I'm not gonna say that out loud because
you gotta say it like it's French bonnet.
Yeah, bonnet. So yeah.
I usually play in it. I didn't this week because we were a little short-staffed.
Yep.
But I usually play in it. Taco 6 plays in it generally, and he's really been labbing lately. Even Brecken plays it.
I'll probably be picking it up. I want something a little easier to follow than Smash.
And hey,
I swear, watching some of those guys play Smash is insane, because they're pressing all the same buttons I am, but not, apparently.
They're pressing them way better.
Exactly.
And Street Fighter can be like that too, but at least you can kind of see like what's happening a little bit better, because there isn't like a bunch of hidden tech you have to know for Street Fighter.
Dynamic zooming if you get too far away from each other.
Yeah. But if anybody is interested in picking up any of the fighting games, really, like Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear, any of that stuff, we have them here in the game room. You can always come in and play and pick up a new game and even come practice, and you don't have to buy the game. You can
Soul
just come
Calibur.
here and play. Yeah.
Play Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur. Shout out Jimmy Clark.
Jimmy loves that game.
He does.
That is true.
Oh, Soul Calibur is so great.
It's
Let
so
me play as
good.
Yoda.
That's what I'm saying. Give me Yoda.
I
I
just want,
think that was the PlayStation exclusive for 5,
yes.
It was a while ago.
4 or 5, because the Xbox exclusive was The Apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing that since Soul Calibur 2. Because Soul
Oh,
Calibur 2, the GameCube version had Link. The PlayStation version had Kratos. And the Xbox version had Spawn. No,
I remember that.
No, the PlayStation version had Heihachi. And the Xbox version had Spawn.
Yeah.
I
now
think.
we've got 2B, Geralt.
Well, Geralt's not a
the
guest.
other-
It's
That's
not a.
true. Geralt's
it's-
not a guest.
Well, he's a guest character, but he's not like a console exclusive guest character.
Yeah.
And he's kind of decent. Actually, he's not a terrible character. It's funny.
So that's what happens on Monday. On Tuesday, I'll stop screen sharing now.
Okay.
On Tuesday, we do our Pokemon tournament, Pokemon League. It happens every Tuesday, start at 5:30. Because yes, I'm a Pokemon professor. Please, ladies. I know. Yeah, please keep your pants on. So that happens every Tuesday at 5:30. Generally 3 to 4 rounds, depending on how many people we have. This
Standard or
week we had
expanded?
what?
Standard or expanded?
We do expanded because there's a lot of other tournaments that just do standard, which is like everything from the past couple of years. But we have a very big like kid clientele, and I'm not gonna make them get into standard when I know money is tight. That is just not fair to them, and I don't want to do it. But we had 8 entrants, and one of the kids won this week. He's brand new. It's his first week.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
I love that.
I got last place. I technically tied with Brecken.
'Cause you guys went to draw, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, we messed
How'd that
around a little
happen?
bit.
I didn't see. Which,
Um,
you guys pulled that off.
It's called gaslighting. I told Brecken that if he loses or if he wins, I'm going to fire him, and I said I'll take a draw. But no, I mean, we both work here. We're not really concerned about winning because you get prize packs for if you like win each game and stuff like that. Well, we work here, so if we really need something, we can get it, right? We have jobs, and these prize packs are for people who generally like want the extra cards and stuff like that. Whereas the extra cards we get, we just put them back into the store.
Right.
Because I mean, what am I gonna do with a bunch of bulk cards when I could start making pre-made decks out of them? Speaking of,
Good segue.
Look
I'm
at
gonna
this.
start
Look at
making
this
pre-made
guy.
decks.
Look at this
I have a
guy.
natural, right?
We have 4 already, actually.
No, we don't.
Did we sell one?
No, we have 5.
We have 5
I'm gonna
now.
grab one.
Let's go.
Here.
Off the top of my head, we have we made one using Applin.
Yep.
And the Festival Lead ability, which is really cool because it's broken.
You get to attack twice.
Hey, for 1
Really?
energy.
It's like
For
the
one
old.
energy.
It's like the old jump left.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you knock out the opponent's Pokemon with the first attack, they have to put up a new active Pokemon before the second one
That's
goes off.
that's
Yep.
wow.
And it is damage is I think it's 20 plus 20 for every benched Pokemon.
On both
Yeah.
Both
sides.
yours and
So you're
your
talking
opponent.
like 220 at max,
Yes.
and then you
Yeah,
put like
it-
I don't.
Well, there is a way that I could maybe make it more, but I'm not gonna do that because these are starter decks.
but
Alright,
it is
we're
very
not-
fun. It was one
Are
of
you
those
thinking like
things that-
Eternatus and stuff?
Yeah.
Is it dark?
No, it's grass, but you can just have it on the bench.
It's very fun.
Sure.
It was something we saw at the pre-release for Twilight Masquerade. One of the other players got it in his packs and put it into his deck, and I'm pretty sure he had almost wiped the entire pre-release off
Yep.
of that.
Really? Wow. That's insane.
I decided to punch my mic right there.
We have
So-
Probably deserved it.
yep.
Yeah. We also
Actually, what we
have
got?
I built this at home. It's a Butterfree deck.
Shout out, Red.
Let it focus. Shout out Red. It's really
Everyone's
it's
favorite
really
color.
dumb. It's really dumb. For 2 energy, choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, shuffle that Pokemon and all attached cards into their deck, and then shuffle this Pokemon and all attached cards into your deck. If your opponent has no bench Pokemon, this attack does nothing. But it's funny. That's why I did it.
That's a nice Pokemon you have in your active slot.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah. So, what else? I've got a Wug Trio deck that uses
Yep.
it doesn't really attack that much. It doesn't do damage. It mills you out.
There's
We'll get
one
in
with what's the pig?
Oink alone.
Oinkalone.
And then there's another one using Annihilate. Scott.
Yep.
It's better
Yeah,
than the
let's
deck you
go.
built.
Probably.
No, we scanned through them on Tuesday. Jimmy and I. They all looked really fun. As simple as they are, each one of them has a different premise, and that's one of my favorite things. Is like,
Yeah,
oh, we have
that's-
one that's damage. We have one that's just gonna make you get rid of your Pokemon now. Get rid of your deck. It's just
Yeah.
very fun.
That was the whole point, was I wanted to make something that was super easy and understandable for new players. So that way people can just like come in, they can buy this deck and they can sit down and they can play. They may not win, right? But the deck has a chance to be upgraded, number 1. And number 2, they're all fun
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they're easy.
Yep.
So that
Yep.
was the whole point. Pokemon's always fun on Tuesdays. I usually mess around a lot, depending on whichever deck I want to play.
When's that new deck you've been working on coming out?
I
The one we were working on a little while ago.
which one?
Poliwhirl.
Oh, whenever I don't forget about it. I'm building a deck because, in case people come in, I don't want to use like one of my really good decks, and they want to learn how to play. So I'm building a deck that isn't very good, but it has like the basic ideas of everything. Like it has a stadium, it has an ability, it has EX and V Pokemon, so that way you deal with Pokemon with like a rule box, and then there's different supporters, trainers, yada yada. But that's just always going to be a really fun one for me. So as a Pokemon professor, yes, I like winning, right? But my main job is to make sure that people are happy and content, and they also want to come back.
Right.
And so I'm always just like super enthusiastic about everything because I also just love the game. I love playing the online version of the game. I love playing in the
If you ever
store.
have extra code cards, give them to Max.
Please, I always need them.
How have you
I hate-
not maxed out on how many you can get of those?
Oh,
Every
so I think
set.
you can
You
can
get
do
400
400.
of out of the packs, but then it's like you can get 4 ETBs. Yeah, how do you not max out on those every set?
I will call the Pokemon company and be like, you better give me more opportunities.
I'm a professor and I
I'm a
need
professor.
more code cards.
Yeah.
While we're talking about it, Pokemon, do you have a favorite deck that you saw on Tuesday?
Mine.
Oh, obviously. What did you play on Tuesday?
I played here. I'll pull it up. Give me 1 second.
What
I
do you
used a
use to
deck.
build your decks on. I haven't done
My head.
Pokemon. I use obviously Architect for Magic.
I use my head.
Gotcha. I played a really fun one. It was Dragapult, but Dragapult right now is everywhere, so it's not anything extremely special.
Here. I'm gonna start sharing my screen right now. This is the deck I've been using.
That's right.
It's
you
a lot
used
of-
Mad Party.
It is so dumb. I'm basically gonna mill myself out, and then this says this attack does 20 damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile that has the Mad Party attack. So there's Pokemon like Poltegeist that needs like a basic because it's a stage 1. I don't even have the basic because I'm just gonna throw it in the discard pile. This is my main attacker. 40 health Bunnelby will hit you for 260
Easily.
easily. Yeah, and that's with nothing on it, and I'm being stupid. So it's a lot of fun. I can do it. I can do it turn 1. Like, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I've got other deck ideas. Like,
Oh,
hey,
what about yeah? I was
if
gonna
anyone
ask about
has
your
this
Iron
card,
Man.
if anyone has this card, give it to me now. I need this because it's really funny. If your opponent's Pokemon is knocked out by damage from this attack, take 1 more prize card.
Oh,
What?
are you gonna run Chansey in that?
No.
Why not?
Why would I
If
do
you
that?
pull Chansey in your prize cards, you get to pull an extra one.
Ew, not this one. I don't like this one. This Iron Crown. Attacks used by your future Pokemon except any Iron Crown EX do 20 more damage. Iron Hands Iron Hands is a future Pokemon, so he'll do 20 more damage. So I just put 4 of these bad boys on my bench, and he does 80 more damage. So the I can't remember what that first attack is called, or the second. Amp You Very Much will do 200. And this is outrageous. I don't know who's pricing these cards, but they are wrong.
Max, you should totally pull up our pro site and show that off.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to do that.
We'd love to show off.
Here, I'll just send you the link to it.
Yeah, please.
While he does that, you want to pull up the Dragon Bolt if anyone hasn't seen that?
Here, I'm
Ew,
posting
that
it
card's
in Discord.
stupid.
There you go.
So
Okay.
this is the deck that I've been playing. It's really fun. I like those bench Pokemon. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
It's a very fast-playing deck too, especially now that we swapped out Snorunt and Frostlass for that Xatu setup.
I
it's
do
just-
have the link right now.
Yeah, you go ahead and pull that up. It's just a very fun deck. It was very fun to see against. We have one of the guys plays Blissey EX with 400 health on it,
Haha.
and it's a pain because it's 2 attacks. I mean, I'm gonna get 2 or 3 prize cards, I guess.
But it
It'd be
is
3
is
prize
hard.
cards when I do take it out, but it is so hard to get rid of.
So this is the Game Haven TCG. So we can, let's say, hey Ray, what card are you looking for?
Right now, do you have in stock a Vulpix and a Alolan Vulpix of any kind?
So I'll just look up Vulpix. I think Chris actually bought every single one of them. Shout out Chris.
Shout out, Chris.
What about that really nice breeding pool that I see?
Ooh. Here we go. This one is this is from Dissension, which is from this was the first breeding pool printing, right, Scott?
Yeah, I believe so.
This is called a shock land. As breeding pool comes into play, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, breeding pool comes into play tapped instead. So people will just pew 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 pew. But this is how much it is. So you should come in and buy it.
Hey, help me build a Simic deck. Maybe I will.
I can build you a Simic deck. Hey, do you like Kinnan?
No, I don't want to play Kitten. Oh, actually, I might actually need that because
Okay.
I'm running Emoti for Eldrazi.
Oh, yeah, you should buy this one.
I definitely should.
I concur.
Yeah, he was just like, I should.
No, wait, I have a deck list. I'm not gonna have you do the whole thing, but let me look up the commander and ask you if you have it.
Okay, yeah.
This one? I have like 4 different Architect tabs open right now. So I challenged myself to build a deck for under $50.
Good luck, Charlie. You're playing Magic the Gathering.
Actually, I did it. I don't know how good it's gonna be.
I was gonna say, I could put 99 lands in a commander in a deck, and technically, that is
So
it's under
it's
40 bucks.
Catron. I'm running cats because I have that Ocelot Pride from Modern Horizon 3.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
do you have? I will send you this name because this is.
You're not going to pronounce it.
Arabo.
Orbo.
Orbo. You probably don't have that one because it's a pricier card. And it would have been in the case and I would know it.
Yeah, if it's in the...
How about a Bronzehide Lion? Something you might have in the bulk that I...
Bronze?
Bronzehide. One word.
Oh.
Bronzehide Lion. Do you have one of those?
So it
My
says we
goodness.
don't, but not every single card we have is listed on this website just yet. We are grinding relentlessly to get every card that we have listed on here, so that way people, for a lot of the people that haven't been to the store yet, there is a little like laptop/computer screen where you'll be able to look up every card that you want instead of asking us individually, do you have this card? Do you have this card? Do you have this card? It's an easier option for you, and like let's see.
It worked great. We had a guy come in and buy I think like 40 different cards off of that kiosk the other day.
Yeah,
So let's say
Brecken
I
said
want-
you and him like pulled that order, and it was kind of crazy.
It was really cool to see it go off the way it did.
So let's say I want this card. I'll just add it to my cart. And like, let's say Scott, what's another Pokemon?
Urshifu.
How did I know?
Worst. Oh, I gotta actually put like. Oh, I
Speaking
guess
of
we
which,
don't
I
have one.
actually need some of those because I'm swapping my Umbreon deck to Urshifu Umbreon.
No, I have a bunch.
I don't think we actually have one of those.
I know because I think I have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I
For
have
those
I
who
have
don't
a
know,
I have a
that's
binder
Scott's favorite,
full of Urshifus. So if
Scott's
somebody
favorite
really wants
Urshifu.
one, oh yeah. In fact, Max got me a grade 9 secret Urshifu for my birthday one year.
Yeah. It's because you bought me every single Tangela on TCG Player.
I did.
It was like 120 Tangelas. You're like, yeah, it was only like $10.
All the full
It
art?
seriously was.
No, not the full arts. It was the ones from base set and base set 2.
Yeah, those are the ones
Yeah.
he really wants.
So that's how you use like the website. I'm not gonna do that. This is how you do that. You just check out here, yada yada.
Can buy it from anywhere.
Yeah. All right, I just stopped the stream. So, what's next for us?
I've got
Friday Night
some-
Magic.
Yes, Friday Night Magic. I want to throw a curveball. Can we add Maximum Madness to this?
No,
Is that
not
because
this
you're
week.
not gonna be there.
Not this week. I'll plan that out for next month though.
Max has to
Solid
give
maximum.
people to a week to like mentally prepare for it.
Surprise them with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
No, tomorrow being Friday, we will be playing Two-Headed Giants. CED or EDH Two-Headed Giants. So that'll be really fun. On top of that, as far as Magic goes, every Saturday we play Standard Showdown. We have a good group of guys that show up. Don't worry if you don't have standard decks. They are always asking. I go in to play Warhammer on Saturdays. And if I'm not in a game at that moment, I am always being asked if I want to borrow a deck to play standard. Good group of guys. They're always wanting to expand people into this format of Magic. If you have any questions or are curious about trying it, come in. It starts at 2 o'clock. Friday Night Magic, pretty much from the time we open, there's somebody there playing.
It's Brecken. Brecken's the one playing.
Well, yeah, but then you also have, like, myself and Puffer. When we get off work, we go straight there. But there's people who are always in Friday, Saturday, open until 1 o'clock in the morning the next
Mhm.
day. So from Friday
Right.
3 to 1 and Saturday noon to 1.
Yes. We are open until 1 o'clock, not 1:30. Get out. I want to
We-
go home.
We home, especially me and
What-
Max when we're there, because we still have a half-hour drive on top of that to get home.
Yeah, what you guys don't see is I have a half-hour drive. I've got closing duties. I usually get home 2 o'clock. Okay? But
Calm
I
down.
also,
Calm
I also
down.
get there at 11 in the morning. Go home.
To be fair, that's your own fault.
Yeah, that's true. But go home, leave.
So yeah, for tomorrow, come in, talk with your friend, set up an idea. Two-headed giant's probably one of my favorites to see like people comboing off of each other's decks. And you also see a lot of stuff that you don't see too often. Last time, one of the guys there, we both played what we like to call our chaos decks. He played Mr. House, running just a bunch of dice rolls. And I'm over
Yeah.
here playing Warhammer Chaos Demons, where I'm just, oh, you like your things? No. Go get a different thing. How about this instead? And you don't really get, I mean, you can politic all you want in a normal pod, but you don't really get that option too often to just see those two deck ideas combo off of each other. So I always love Two-Headed Giant because you get to see a lot of fun stuff.
I love
Yeah.
it when like two people purposely build a two-headed giant deck that like work together. It's kind of
Yeah.
fun. I don't want everybody to do that because I like the casual, like, oh, I'm just gonna take my favorite commander and play with this other dude, and then like the accidental combos happen, and I think I like that more. But sometimes you just see like two decks that are built together, and it's like beautiful. Like,
While we're talking about Magic, do you guys have a favorite card that came out of MH3? Because I do.
Nope.
It's a little quirky named Ophelia. love that dog.
I do actually. I think I have it right here on my desk.
I don't because MH3 is not a Korea, and if it's not a Korea, I don't care.
Ah, yes, Coda. Let me turn everything into a bear.
I love bears.
I'm
I.e. the license plate.
Let me turn
Oh,
my
well, I'm
bear
changing
tribal
that.
into everybody's bear tribal.
Yeah, so I have my mono green cocaine bear deck, and I think I'm good. So I was contemplating tearing that apart to build Coda because a lot of the cards I'd want for that were in there anyway. But I'm like, no, I don't want to lose cocaine bear. I don't want to lose Wilson.
Just keep
So-
Cocaine Bear in the 99.
Well, it will be in the 99 because Wilson's freaking broken. Like, that card for 2 mana is ridiculous. But I think I'm just going to build a second deck. Like, I'll just have 2 bear decks. It's
There you
fine.
go.
It's fine.
Max, how's your what was your deck called where you're playing off the bottom of your deck the entire
Oh,
time?
River Song.
Yeah.
River Song.
All the Doctor
Yep,
Who
I draw
fans know that
cards.
one.
I draw cards from the bottom of my deck, and yeah.
Let me just serve scry.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
take
that.
damage. Yeah.
Dude,
Like it's stuff
Right,
like that.
I like that. Put it
As-
to the bottom.
as far as theme cards go, River Song is my favorite theme card because it fits River Song so well.
Yes.
I love it so
Love
much.
Controversy.
Oh yeah, and just like, that might be thematically that might be my favorite Magic card, especially for the Universes Beyond stuff. Like that is 100% my favorite card, just because it fits.
So-
It's perfect.
Yeah. Next week
Yeah.
we have an event for Magic, and I have
Very
to go to the
fun
bathroom
event.
again. I have a
That's-
tiny bladder.
That's not the event, by the way.
No,
It's not the event.
Our event next week, and it's something for you guys to plan for. It's very fun. It being Pride Month, Wizards has set for all stores that have a casual night to have all legendary creatures have partner night. To
Oh,
celebrate
yeah.
Pride Night.
Yeah.
Or Pride Month. So, any of your wildest deck ideas that have always been unavailable due to commander cards not having a partner, do it. You have a night.
Yeah, and
We
it's
have a lot of very interesting decks that I'm expecting to see.
yeah. So this actually takes me back because when we first opened the store, I had a little bit more time on my hands where I could like do stuff, and I always used to make like random like super unique Magic events that didn't see at other stores, right? Like one of the more popular ones was Love Thy Neighbor. And what that was is everybody brought a deck, and then you put it in the middle, and then you roll a dice and you grab a random deck and you go play. So you're playing
Cool.
you're playing other people's decks. Now, of course, most of that is because we had, a pretty tight-knit community, very trusting, and we still do. So we could totally do that again. But one of the other ideas I had, and it kind of ties back to the Nintendo Direct thing, was a Marvel versus Capcom Commander deck. And so what that was is you got 3 commanders, and you could tag them out for their casting costs, essentially. But
That's cool.
and each commander had their own life total. So once you killed one, it was out. And we never did it, but I think this Pride event coming up where everything has partner is kind of a good test to see like if like a proof of concept, so to speak. I mean, there's a couple extra rules to make it feel more like Marvel, but I think it sounds fun to me but I'm also a giant fighting game nerd, so
2xKO?
I'm ready.
I'm curious as if they'll have Fightbox controls.
Oh yeah.
implemented
Well,
on release.
it's PC, so even if they don't, it's going to whether it wants to or not.
Very quickly.
So
I'm gonna be surprised if they don't have a console version within the first 6 months for it.
yeah.
Because a lot of the fighting community is console, so
Not so much lately. Like
no.
yeah, a lot of the FGCs on PC now, and that's mostly due to Fightcade. Because before this whole Marvel 2 announcement, the only real way to play Marvel 2 was on Fightcade. And that's revitalized like a lot of really old fighting games. Like you can go on Fightcade and play Darkstalker's Revenge online. Like it's fantastic.
That's pretty cool.
And with all of the major fighting games releasing on PC simultaneously with the consoles, and with
I'll just say it, PC Master Race.
oh yeah, 100%. But with crossplay being like super consistent and everything, I think most people are playing on PC now. But that is completely off subject. We're talking about Magic and Pride Month.
Yeah, so if you want to mash any 2 commanders together to come up with a weird deck idea, absolutely love to see it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of 2 that would make a very fun combo.
So I think maybe we could do like a prize for most creative duo or most
That would be
creative
fun.
deck. I think that'd be fun.
Ragavan and what's the Gruul Monkey? The red-green gives you bananas.
Oh, Coda or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just want to have a monkey around deck.
No, honestly, that's really funny.
Yeah, I
Not
totally play
taking too big of a advantage of that all legendary creatures have partner, but it'd be funny.
it. Yeah,
That sounds like a really fun idea, though. Sounds like something I would do.
yeah.
It does. That's why I thought of it.
But on top
Yeah.
of the Pride event, you can always just come in and play casual commander. Like if you don't want to do,
Yep.
the partner commander stuff, we've always got people coming in just to hang out and play commander. We also have the Horde decks available that you can
Do
challenge.
we have the new one set up yet?
I'm currently working on it.
So what? The original one is zombies.
The original one is
This one
zombies.
is vampires.
This one's vampires.
Give us a quick rundown on how the horde works.
So basically, the way the zombie horde works is it's a 200 card deck, and it can scale depending on number of players, or if you want to solo and try to challenge the whole 200. And
That
the
with
deck,
a little card called Bristly Bill.
yeah. So it's a deck that is automated and runs by itself. So you reveal the top card and you play it, and if it's a token, you just keep going until you get an actual card, and then the zombies attack every turn. Your goal is to survive, outlast the zombie deck or kill it somehow, and that's basically the first iteration of the horde deck. The vampire deck is going to be a little bit more complicated. It's still going to be automated, so you don't need somebody to actually run it, but it's going to have, for example, it's going to have an alternate win condition aside from just killing the players. It's also going to have certain rules about who is attacking and who isn't, because vampires are a lot smarter than zombies, so they're not just going to like mindlessly throw themselves at people and try to kill them. Like, vampires are ancient, they're tactical. So this deck right now is at 140 cards, and I still have to add all the tokens because it's gonna have like the same like structure as the other one. So I'm hoping to have this at about 200 cards, but it's gonna play a lot differently and hopefully a lot harder. I don't have the ridiculous. I don't have like the
Edgar.
really, yeah, I don't have like Edgar in here or anything like that. I would love to
That'd be cool.
someday.
You want to buy that?
Yes, Max. Where can I buy an Edgar Sarkov?
Edgar Markov?
That's what I said.
I swear you said Sarkov. So we don't have any at the store. But if you're looking for other singles, because that card's like, I don't even know how much that card is anymore.
I think it was like $120 last time I saw it. We had one.
up there.
We sold it.
Yeah, it's going for like 99.
Yep.
But if you're looking for any other singles, there's a
Max
neat little
is
store.
not available.
We have the hottest
Yeah.
singles in the area. Max
true.
is single.
No.
Ladies.
No,
No. No.
it's
No,
not.
no, I don't like people knowing anything. Leave me alone.
I'm just gonna assume. Always.
As far as Magic goes, do you guys see the new spoilers for Assassin's Creed
I
have
haven't.
been releasing over the last
I have
couple
not.
of days?
So I
You should
purposely
check those out because they are really cool.
I purposely am boycotting Wizards of the Coast spoiler season, and I have been for a long time
Good
because,
for you.
well, it bugs me, and I know I shouldn't be bashing Wizards because they are like 80% of our revenue, but I hate how like a set releases and then immediately next set spoiled. Like, you don't even get a chance to like enjoy the set that just came
Yeah.
out. You know, you're
Yeah.
already looking at the next set. So I purposely
Yeah.
don't look at spoilers just because I want some of the mystery. Now,
That's
I'm
fair.
with the way everything is today, you hear about it whether you want to or not. But I'd like not to sometimes, you know. I like to be surprised. So no, I haven't.
Moving on from Magic, we play Warhammer on Saturdays. This week we are doing a mix of games. There will be some combat patrols for those who are new and want to learn.
Mhm.
And then we're also starting what we're calling a believe we've marked it down as being a crusade, but not a crusade. I gotta go back into the
So, for those that don't know Warhammer or are interested in
yes.
trying it, what is a combat patrol?
A combat patrol is a fun little box that Games Workshop has curated to face other combat patrols. So you will get a set amount of models that have specific rules with them. And these are meant to be played against other combat patrols so you can learn the game. You're not going to get a lot of the complex rules that end up in full rule books, but you're going to get a general knowledge and you'll get a good understanding of if you're going to enjoy the army and you're not putting a lot of money into it off of just one combat patrol box.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know what Warhammer is, it is a tabletop miniature fighting game, war game.
I was gonna say I wouldn't call it a fighting game,
No,
but it's
it's
definitely a
it's
war game. Yeah.
Yes, you get to build a list of a number of little guys that you get to build and paint yourselves, and face off against a list of somebody else's little guys that they built and painted themselves. Fight for control over objective points and roll dice. A lot of dice.
Lots of. If
Lots
you
of
like
dice.
rolling dice, play Warhammer because you roll like
Specifically
fistfuls.
D6s.
Yeah, you roll fistfuls of dice. It's amazing, and it's like super cathartic.
If you really want to piss off your opponent, take a 75-minute shooting turn, play the orcs.
Daka.
All of the DACA. So yeah, we're kind of doing a soft reset. We've been playing a lot of larger games with a consistent group, but we've also been getting a lot of new interest in it. So we're jumping back down. Everyone's trying out new armies, so you don't have to worry about coming in and getting curb stomped by somebody who's playing the same army they've been playing for the last year and a half.
Oh,
Because everyone's trying something different.
give me 1 second. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah. The other event that we're starting up is called Escalation. This is going to be similar but different to Combat Patrols. So, where Combat Patrol is a set list, Escalation Leagues are run starting at 500 points and going up until you hit a 2,000. But we might shrink that down just to make it a little easier for everybody. So you get to build your own list consisting of 500 points worth of models. The easy
That makes
version is
sense.
every unit has a set amount of points for them. So say you play the basic Space Marines, you can put 10 guys on the field for 125 points. I don't know what the actual number is, but somewhere in that. Meaning, in a 500-point game, you can take 4 of them. You have 40 guys on the battlefield. But then you
Yeah.
can play something like, Imperial Guard, which is just a bunch of normal dudes with the weakest weapons in the game. Since Imperial Guard uses a thing called a las gun, and it's pretty much just a flashlight in their world. Where 10 guys for them is like 75 points. Or no, they can run in squads of 20, and 20 guys for them is like 125 points.
I just want to
Yeah.
prove
Now-
that I do have custodies. I will paint and build them someday.
We're doing escalation now, so we're starting with boarding patrols, 500-point army lists.
Yeah.
Yeah, Custodies just got some rules updates with their codex they release.
Yeah, someday. I'll get
Someday.
time.
So yeah, we typically have people. There's a good handful of us. I'm probably the primary person you'll see playing Warhammer. I'm always there, always available to teach. Love the game. Love to teach new people. Before we move on to Q&A, I was just scanning through games releasing. Do you guys know what comes out tomorrow? Shadow of the Erd Tree
Ooh.
or Elden Ring.
I haven't beaten Elden Ring. Again, it's a time thing. It's also a skill thing, but mostly a time thing.
Do you want to know fun fact about this DLC?
No.
While it is probably the most expensive DLC you will ever buy, only about 13% of players actually meet the requirements to interact with the DLC. Because you have to defeat, I think it's 3 specific bosses. So only about 13% of players who own the game have access to the DLC if they purchase it.
So the DLC is what, $60?
I believe so.
Diablo 4 laughs at you. Because
Oh, that's true.
the
Diablo
next-
4.
the next expansion's $100 baseline.
All right. That seems predatory, and if we're going to talk about that, Ubisoft, you gotta stop with this. You can get a quarter of the game for $60, or half the game for $120, or the full game for $300.
Also, a Warner Brothers laughs when you try to buy characters for multiverses. Oh god, I think I just triggered Max.
But they put Iron Giant back in the game, so
But how much did he cost?
3,000 fighter currency
Or
or 1,000 Glebium.
Glebium. $10.
Glebium.
$10
$10
for
for a single character.
yeah.
But I didn't spend any money, and I will not spend any money because that game will die in probably a month.
I may or
The
may
new
not
Super
have.
Monkey Ball Banana Rumble comes out on the 25th.
I don't hate Super Monkey Ball,
I
but
love Super Monkey Ball.
I used to play. So my nephew was like super into that and Ape Escape at the same time. So we played a lot of Monkey Ball when he was like 3 or 4 years old, I think. And just like super obsessed with Super Monkey Ball. So I played a bit of it back in the before times.
As another fun upcoming, and I'll kind of give an update on these every time we do it. Upcoming in July is Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. So the Blue People Avatar.
Oh,
Their open world RPG games coming out next month.
that honestly. Okay, I want to play the Earthen Soldiers though. I don't want to be one of the blue people. I want to be basically a Helldiver, which is essentially what they're depicted as.
Helldivers is
Yeah. Oh yeah.
except Helldivers is run by a greedy company.
Oh well, it's run by the government, which same thing.
To say, and the difference is
Exactly. I love Helldivers, but I haven't played it since the whole fiasco started, and I'm not
pretty
like
much
I'm not like protesting it or anything. I just haven't.
most of my friends kind of are in the same boat. We stopped playing it, and then we just kind of never got back around to it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. Like my whole squad, we were playing it almost every night there for a while, and then I don't think we've touched it in a month. So
Something
sad.
I kind of want to bring up before the Q&A is we have a projector at the store. You know what that means?
Pay-per-views?
Dance Dance Revolution.
PDR?
No.
Rock Band.
On July 6th, we will be watching the WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view, which is my third favorite pay-per-view. So if you want to come on in and watch it, hang out with us, we'd really get into it. And please, 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 let me nerd out for a little bit.
We
That's all I
love wrestling. Me and Max
Yeah.
actually love wrestling. So,
Yeah,
So
we like
let's talk
different
about,
things about wrestling.
Tyson versus Paul got delayed until November.
I'm so upset about that. But did you see Jake Paul took another fight in the interim?
Did he?
Yeah, I don't
Who's he up
recognize. Let me look it up. I don't remember. Somebody I didn't recognize.
My boss had asked about his boxing record now, and I went and looked it up, and he's only faced one boxer who is still currently
Yeah.
in the scene, and that's the only fight he's lost.
So, it's a guy named Mike Perry, which
Mike Perry.
I grew up with Mike Perry. Pretty sure it's not him.
Sounds
Shut-
really
shut up, Mike.
familiar.
I don't know who Mike Perry is though. But he's fighting him on the original like Tyson date. No, don't play the video.
I mean, his UFC stats are 14-8-0.
Mixed martial artist and bare knuckle fighting championships platinum Mike Perry. 8-round cruiserweight bout. Basically, I think at the same venue. Perry is 5-0 with 3 knockouts in bare knuckle fighting. 7 years in MMA. Has a UFC record of 7-8. And then
That'll be an interesting fight.
yeah. So I mean, bare knuckle is it's quite a bit different than both boxing and MMA. So I don't know. I mean, the skills will translate, but it just seems like Jake Paul is picking the weirdest opponents.
Well, and see, that's one of those interesting things that my boss asked about it. It's like he has faced one person who still boxes.
Yeah,
He's faced other people who are still in their sport, but he calls himself a boxer and has only faced one boxer still currently active.
yeah. He needs to. It doesn't have to be like a number 1 contender or anything. Fight number 10. Just get yourself on the list somewhere and actually call yourself a boxer.
Yeah.
Instead of fighting like all these MMA guys with boxing rules, like it's not. Yeah.
Not comparable.
Yeah, or retired boxers, like fight somebody current, and it's obvious he's doing that to keep the hype going. He's making a ton of money off these pay-per-views, so and I think that's more of his goal rather than like fighting for the belt. He's not
Is he
going
showing
up.
up in WWE, Max?
No, it's Logan
Uh,
Paul.
No, he has.
Well,
It was as like a. It was a one-off thing. Just
Yeah.
like came in. Yeah, nothing really important.
yeah, he came in with Logan
For
Paul.
the tag team.
Yeah,
against,
like
uh,
KSI's been in there too. Like, who's
Yeah,
trying to
a
go
bunch of-
like semi-professional boxer.
Yeah.
It's
So I think now is a really good time for us to open up like to the Q&A and basically I just want people to ask and also leave suggestions about like what you want us to talk about every week, because we can literally go on for about wrestling for actually days, and we've done it. We've gotten into fights about it,
like all the top
Um,
10 lists we used to make at the front counter. Yeah,
like Hulk Hogan and Coco Beware being brothers.
like this.
Yeah,
Twins.
That's
I don't
that's so
know.
true.
I mean, they're
We
more.
have all of the chats opened up to receive these questions. I've got Twitch.
Yes, I've got
I've got everything.
I've got the restream chat up. We have I believe that's Double Y. Is this just random game chat? Yeah, kind of.
That's not Double Y.
It's not. Oh no, that's I thought it was Double Y. It looked
No,
like Double
that's
Y.
Jaleb.
Oh,
But
that
it's
is
fine.
Jaleb. Yeah.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Yeah. Hi, Jaleb. Yeah, kind of. It's
We just started doing this.
This is literally the first episode, so we don't know what it's gonna be.
Feeling everything out. It's meant to be kind of recap of the store, and every week we'll pick something like next week. Let's talk about who knows yet.
Yeah, I don't even know what we'll talk about next week.
We're gonna talk about one of these last two releases, either Pokemon or Magic, or we can talk about Street Fighter or something like that.
Yeah. And like what happened?
Iowa Smash Meta.
Smash Meta.
Yeah, it's lose to Fox. That's the meta.
No, it's not. It's Go PS2.
It is.
Oh, hate that stage.
Do we want to get
Iowa
do we want to
Smash
get on
Meta?
this rant today, or do you want to save
I'm
it
gonna
for
get on
next?
this rant. I'm
Okay.
gonna get on this rant.
Okay.
So everybody does friendly PS2, which is great, right? I'm glad that there's a stage where everyone feels like it's neutral and everything like that. And it's because it is. It's a good stage for everybody. But I need everyone to look at it from a different perspective. I'm sitting behind that. Not everybody wants to watch PS2 for every stage, every game. And it's like and the best part about it is like the Luminosity Gaming, which is big gaming group. They have recommended a different tier list where it makes PS2 a counter pick. Please do that. It is so boring to watch the same stage every single week.
Well, to be
That's
fair, they're not picking the stage for like stream enjoyment. They're picking it for like advantage or whatever. Like it's a good stage
That
for the
is-
character or whatever.
That is true.
It's not like
Pokemon
it's
Stadium 2.
Okay, gotcha.
it's not like Street Fighter training mode where the only real advantage is there's no background noise. They actually did start banning that in a lot of tournaments, specifically for streams. But when you have stages that have different properties, like Tekken's one of those. Tekken stages, especially Tekken 7, they all had different properties. Like some of them had breakthrough walls, some of them had breakthrough floors, some of them were endless stages. A lot of characters depended on a lot of that stuff, so you couldn't ban any of those, or a lot of people would just pick the same ones. Whereas Smash is kind of,
Imagine.
yeah, Smash is kind of in that same vein where the stage matters and the stage gives advantages and disadvantages. You kind of have to play that.
Now, certain characters have advantages on PS2, but like Snake being able to put C4 in the red part of the Pokeball, you can't really see it. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I hate that
but-
so much.
Overall, it's a generally neutral stage. I actually just like the idea of having different stage lists because I'm getting bored. As a player, I'm also getting bored.
Yeah, I mean, I see that viewpoint 100%.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily
And
agree
I
with it
mean-
because I don't think specifically PS2 specifically like matters a lot to me personally as far as the characters I play. But like
Yeah.
Kalos can get banned. I'm cool with that one. Go away.
I love Kalos.
I hate Kalos so much.
So while we wait for more questions and stuff like that, one of the things that we're going to be doing is a lot more like customization of things. So we'll do you want to do console customization?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Ray and I have talked about that. Both with like aesthetic, like custom paint jobs and stuff, but also offering like a modded PS1, for example, that has all the games built in and stuff like that. Like doing modding for consoles, or even something simple like the HD mod, which is super popular for most of the consoles, especially the older ones. But we also want to make sure that we have like the original, just restored version for people that want the classic, like N64, for example. But 100%, we are totally down to customize controllers and the custom paint jobs, all that
Yep,
stuff.
yep.
I can even show
Real
off
quick,
my custom controller because I have it right here.
real quick, I want to shout out Evan because he told me that Kalos sucks. He just texted me, and I texted him and told him the only reason
Ask a question,
I like
Evan.
Kalos. I said the only reason I like Kalos is because your dad hates it. I'll also show off my controller too. I
So-
have a custom Nintendo GameCube controller.
Yeah, I have a custom Pro controller, and not only is it
Don't have custom stuff yet.
so not only is it like a custom look, but
Wait,
also
no, I do. I have a custom deck box that
Deck
is
box.
not
There you
yet finished.
but this, if you can see it past my hand grease, it has
Disgusting.
yeah, I need to clean it. It has the octagon gate like a GameCube controller does. It also has the hair trigger mod, so like I barely have to push these and they work. Also, clicky buttons for the face buttons, so it's a nice click. And
I
I
did
don't
try
have
your
anything
controller.
cool like that to show off. I have
Yeah.
this prototype Pokedex Pokemon deck box that I've been working on.
mhm.
Yeah.
It'll fit your 60 card deck on the top. It's got a slot for dice and a little tray that is somewhere around here. Working on these to keep in the store. So
Those would be
fun
really
little thing.
cool.
Yeah,
I definitely need one of those.
yeah, I would
I-
also like one.
I need a Gen 4.
Gen 4. I actually have the design for Gens 1 through 5 ready. I just have to be test printing them. But the machine in the background, that big black box behind me, is my printer, and I need to tear it apart at some
Evan
point.
told me that he wishes my electricity goes out. Thank you, Evan.
Evan, that's not a question. We need questions.
When will your electricity go out?
Probably soon.
Uh,
Well,
here's a question. What sort of ideas do we have coming in the future to fill up our empty Wednesdays and Thursday nights? What sort of stuff can people be expecting for that?
Okay. I'm gonna this is an idea and I want people's input. I think it'd be really cool to have a Mario Kart night, but we call it Mario Carrot
Here.
For the one time Jimmy spelt it Karettt or something
No,
like
it's
that.
Kaeret, I think.
Yeah,
Kaert.
please don't have Jimmy spell anything.
He writes
but
all my
I think
love
we should
letters
call
for
it-
me.
Yeah,
I dictate it to him, and then he writes it down with a crayon.
good man. Yeah, I am 21. No, but
I have
I
a
think having a
permit.
Mario Kart. Yeah,
I do have a permit. It's right here. I
I
carry it in
also
my
have a
wallet.
permit somewhere.
Does it say you can do it? I love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I showed it to my boss at my day job. He didn't appreciate that.
One of the ideas we've been throwing around, and I am probably going to test out systems for it when I come in this weekend, is Rock Band. Having a Rock Band karaoke night.
Yes.
At
That
some
has
point.
been one of our most requested things. Is A, bring back BYOB night, which we haven't had since we moved. And 2 is karaoke. And
Karaoke, Rock
of
Band,
of
all
course,
that stuff.
well, I mean, Rock Band is karaoke. It's just a game karaoke. So 100%, I think if we did do a karaoke night, because I love karaoke. I go do karaoke sometimes.
When you have time.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I went on a date a couple weeks ago and there was karaoke, so it was great. Anyway, but I think being a game store doing Rock Band karaoke, 100% like would definitely be not only unique but totally in our wheelhouse. So
The
Yeah.
next BYOB, I'll do a tiki bar. And we'll do Dance Dance Revolution.
dude, yes. I think because we can only do a BYOB night like once a quarter or something like that. So it's like an every 3-month thing. I think as long as we don't sell alcohol and we don't allow minors on the premises, like we're kosher, we're good. So if you did a tiki bar, it would have to be stuff that other people like brought in for it.
Exactly.
And you
So
can't
it'd be
charge
like-
for it.
No, I would be like, I got this like little table, right? I'm like, oh, okay, you want this drink? Here you go.
Yeah, but you have to wear like the coconut bra and the hula skirt.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody wants to see me in a coconut bra, and please stop asking for pictures of my
I'm just
feet.
very excited.
No, we're starting
to
that
watch
website.
Drunk people try to play DDR.
We are not going to talk about the first BYOB.
That was hilarious. Okay.
No, that wasn't even the one you
That
were at,
wasn't the
Ray.
first one?
That was not the first one. The first one
one-
was Drunken Secret Hitler and Max's first time getting drunk.
No.
Well, first time getting drunk in public,
Yes.
legally.
Legally.
Because it was like
Um,
right after his 21st birthday, or maybe it was right around your 21st birthday, something like that.
No, it was right after.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have allowed it if I was under the age. Duh.
Well, I wouldn't have either because, Big Brother's watching, and
Responsible adults here.
I kind of like the store and I kind of want to keep it. So,
Yeah, but that night.
Are there any plans coming up for the store that we can talk about?
as well,
Give me money.
I mean, as far as like events or like as far as like stuff we're doing, like
Events, things
improving.
like whatever.
So, even though the store, we get a lot of compliments about how the store looks, and I'm glad everybody likes it, but we are totally 100% not done. We
Yeah,
still have
no.
we still have stuff to do, and we still have stuff we want to do. One of the big projects that we've been kind of brainstorming already is tentatively called Girlfriend Corner, although that name is not final.
Yep, not final name.
But essentially, it's just an area where, like, we get a lot of spouses and girlfriends and parents that bring people in to play games, but they have no idea what the game is or, like, even, what it's about. So we thought about, like, making a little area that's, you know, got like some comfy seats. Somebody brought up an idea of maybe doing like a selfie wall if it's for like girlfriends and wives and stuff, or like a little coffee area that may be able to get sponsorships for, actually, so maybe that'll be a thing. But just have like an area where they can hang out, and then we want to make like pamphlets or little booklets or something that will kind of like explain, like I would 5 Magic the Gathering, like what is my husband playing, and it'll give you like,
because this is my wonderful wife's idea.
yeah, it was a fancy. I
So
love it.
I want to give her props for this.
I actually love it, and I've talked to like a couple of our female investors, talked to my girlfriend, and just like asked them all, like, okay, if we had this area, what would you like? What would you want in it, or what do you think it should be? And gotten a lot of good feedback. And again,
Scott, we did get some questions.
oh, good, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Sorry. I just didn't want their question to not go unnoticed.
yeah.
But yeah, the whole girlfriend corner idea is just basic. Just like, here's what they're doing in case you don't know. That's all it is.
Yeah, it just helps you like understand the game to a point to where if somebody's talking about how they got a 5-drop commander out on turn 2, you'll actually know what that means, maybe.
You can understand it a little bit.
Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like that.
And it's also, I mean, I'll use my wife as an example. It's also entirely open for people who are brand new to the hobbies. Even if you are already playing these games and you have a general knowledge, it's also a place to, hey, people are talking about, we're using all these acronyms. On cast isn't an acronym, but it's something you might not recognize because none of your cards have it. Or ETB effects. Or
Yeah.
we might shorten card names or things like.
Or
I don't
like
remember what the actual card is, but everyone calls it Gary.
Yeah.
Like general.
The Gray Merchant of Asphodel.
Asphodel.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
There's funny names for cards that aren't written on there, and they just
like Sad Robot. Like we all know what Sad Robot is, but
Call 'em Simulacrum.
yeah, or like IRARs in Smash.
Yep.
Or
Yeah,
FADC in Street Fighter. Like just like very basic. Like, okay, here's some of the terminology. Here's a really very basic, like, okay, this is what you're trying to do in the game, and this is how you do it, kind of stuff.
Yeah. So that's open for everyone, obviously.
Yeah. You know what I'm actually most excited about, Ray, and what I really want to do? Warhammer lore. We should put a primer of 40k lore somehow and get it.
A book you want me to write for you there?
Yeah, that's the challenge.
Once upon a time, there was a man who decided to put on some gold armor and conquer the world.
And he did.
And then he had 20 sons, but not really. There's 19 of them.
Yeah, because one of them is.
2 of them don't exist, and 1 is a twin.
Yeah, so we'll yeah, like stuff like that. So that's kind of the point of that.
There's robots and giant bugs that may or may not be stolen from other games, depending on which timeline you look at.
Right.
So I'm gonna stop you for a second. We got a question on Twitch, asking if we're gonna put flooring in at some point.
Eventually, it's on the list. It's not high on the list. I really liked the green carpet we got. Down like the middle. Like it looked a lot better than I thought I was going to. So I would like to do that. The problem is we actually bought it all. And there isn't anymore. So unless we want to do a different color, which I don't really want to. I kind of like the green. We kind of have to wait for them to restock. And also, it's
expensive.
It's a money thing. Yeah, like that carpet was not cheap.
The green is funny because you can tell people to go touch grass and they can just reach over. And
no, that's the bit between the lockers because that's AstroTurf.
Yeah. What else? There was something with the flooring. Oh, yeah, it's not super high. The number one thing we need to do is we need to get a wheelchair ramp set up.
Yeah, and we have people working on that. It's more of a like they're literally volunteering. So
Yeah.
it's whenever they get the time, and also we have to buy more materials for it. And to be perfectly blunt, because I've never like not been blunt about the business end of stuff, us moving basically is starting over. Like we are basically starting the business from scratch again, and funds are a little tight at the moment. So all that stuff, while it is a high on priority, is not a higher priority than like paying the employees or paying taxes or any of that stuff. So
We don't want the IRS showing up.
no,
The only
we
person
certainly
the
don't.
Joker was scared of is the IRS.
But the wheelchair ramp and the sign outside, those are the two
Yep.
like highest priority things. And
So we
then-
also. Oh, sorry.
I don't remember. Go ahead.
Okay, my bad.
I smell
Uh,
Brecken using the microwave. So
Oh, great. So we got a message. Sup, Scott and Max. It's been a minute. Hope everything is going good with the new store spot. No longer living in Marshalltown, hence why I haven't been around. From Dean.
oh hey Dean,
Yeah.
if
we've
you're
been
ever
fine.
in town, stop by. The new place is
Yeah.
definitely nicer. A lot more room. You don't have to like
Yeah.
shimmy to get by tables anymore. It's
Yeah.
pretty nice.
It's great.
Look on TikTok later. We'll post an updated store
We really need to, yeah.
walkthrough.
Yeah. Specifically
Yeah,
where the
we'll,
entrance is.
Yes. That'd be glorious. I
Yeah.
don't know how many questions we get asked. Hey, where's your entrance?
So we did put some signs because if you like type in our address on Google Earth or whatever, it takes you to the front of the building, which it should. But that's the dance studio. We're in the back. So we did have shout out to Angie and Danny at Remix Dance Academy, who are our great neighbors and we work with very well. They actually put some signs up in their windows like Game Haven entrance around back. So
Yeah.
hopefully that'll alleviate some of it. But it's a lot of it's just like getting the sign up outside, which we have a quote for, and it's a very reasonable quote. It's just you gotta have the reasonable amount of money to do it. Soon.
June.
Before we kind of close up, I guess one thing I'll mention is a couple of the projects I'm working on. I currently have torn apart a top loader NES to get cleaned up, and we're gonna check on that. That should be out towards the counter here in the next week or two, as well as I recently finished up a couple of Game Boy Colors.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of very popular Game Boy Color games we also got into.
Yeah.
So if you're ever curious about what we've got in stock for games, swing by, shoot us a message.
I think that's a good topic for our normal weekly stuff is like Ray's current projects.
Yeah. Currently there's 2 Nintendo Switches torn apart on my desk, as well as the top loader NES. A lot of handhelds right now. We've got a lot of questions for people looking for that sort of stuff, so we've pushed that sort of stuff towards the front.
We've also gotten a lot of requests for PC repairs.
I will do those.
I know you have at least one graphics card on your desk too, so
Yes. One of the things with that is that I've got to compile components to build a tester PC there.
I might have you.
Got it.
I've got a veritable PC graveyard at my house, so
Hell yeah.
I can probably throw something together. So
That's all I need. Then I can start running repairs.
cool.
Well, if there are any more questions, please feel free to ask. But I think for now, this was a good stream. It's 8 o'clock. We've been
It's-
streaming for 2
A
hours.
solid 2 hours. I didn't think we
That's
would
I didn't
have
think
that
it would
much
end up
content.
being 2 hours.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't either. That's why we have an
So-
episode 1.
Yep.
So we will be doing this every other week except for next week. We'll be doing it because Ray got some stuff, yada yada.
AKA, we
But-
scheduled it on his D&D night, and he wants it to not be that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
So these next couple
imagine
ones are going to be. Oh yeah.
every
Sorry.
now and then it might just be two of us if somebody's got other things going on. So it might not always be all three of us.
And sometimes it might even be 4 of us. Because maybe
Yeah, we
somebody
might
will
bring-
jump on the stream PC right over there and join us also.
Yep.
If you guys ever want like a special guest or anything, please let us know. I think next week we might have a special guest. I'm not gonna say who.
Tentatively.
I'm the only person that knows.
Oh no.
But we will hopefully figure that out, and then yeah. So I think there's no more questions, and this was a good first stream. So if you guys like it, just please keep coming back. Tell your friends about it. Tell your family. Yada yada. Put it on the background. We will bull crap the whole time.
Pretty
Oh,
much. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So if there's nothing else, anything else for you guys to add?
Uh,
Yeah. Come
thank-
visit us this weekend. We got a lot of fun events and a lot of fun people who are playing.
Come visit us
and,
tomorrow too.
Yeah. Oh, Saturday's Brecken's birthday. So if you want to
Shout out Brecken.
shout out Brecken. If you want to come in and hang out with Brecken, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you want to see my wife, who's played like a total of 4 games of Pokemon, kick Max's ass with a deck that he built for her, come in on Saturday. She'll be there to do that.
That's so cute. You think it's gonna happen?
Um,
I'm gonna play unknown.
Okay, I know you're gonna just tuck tail and run.
I'm gonna play unknown.
But anyway, that's a good place to cut her off. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And
Shout out Adam Goodman for saying I'm his goat in the Facebook chat.
Any requests on what we talk about next week?
Yeah.
Drop them in the Game Haven Discord, which we should put a link to it at some point.
My bad, I forgot.
No,
whoops.
or if you're in shop, come in and let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for supporting your local game store.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
We'll see you next week.
All right.